Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight. And tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. It's been pretty much different throughout the off season. And tonight I'm going to have a mixed menu. First, what I'm going to do is go over just a little bit of information about the Steelers because we're still in the off season. A lot of people are not interested in Steelers information. They want to see what's going on when we're having a football game, when the games are live, when there's stuff going on, preseason games. They like to see what's going on after the draft, after the combine, which there was not, after the training that happens throughout the off season. They want to see what's going on after all of the background stuff happens. You know, there are some people that get into the draft, which is going to be this weekend coming up starting on Thursday night. There are some people that get into that. There are a lot of people that don't get into watching the draft. They don't get into wondering who the Steelers are going to get. They don't get into the number one pick or the number 36 pick or another 200 pick. They don't get into that. Okay. They just don't get into it as much as some other people do, because Steelers fans, as much as they love Steelers football, they don't care so much about the mechanisms that make it work. What they care about is it working. That's what they care about. They don't care about who is a top running back for USC that the Steelers may draft. They don't care about who is a wide receiver that's number one, that's been running all over everybody throughout the college seasons that the Steelers may draft. They don't care about that. What the Steelers fans care about most is seeing the Steelers on the field, watching them play the games, and making sure that they're having a good time while they're watching the Steelers play. That's what Steelers fans do the most. I mean, yeah, there are the people who will say, well, this guy did this, and this guy, and we should get this guy. And there's always, hey, Paul, how you doing, brother? There's always people that are starting conversations about who we should get, about who we should go over there and draft, about who is the best that's going to be an asset for the Pittsburgh Steelers team. Well, until we get to the point of drafting that person, we have no idea of how much of an asset that person is going to be for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We don't have an idea. Because if we knew that, okay, if all of the analysts knew that, they would own their own football team and they would win the Super Bowl every single season. It's trying to predict the future, especially with the greatest show on earth. Trying to predict the future is like trying to pick the number one cryptocurrency that's going to make you rich. And some of you are looking like, what the heck is cryptocurrency? What's he talking about? And why is this in this conversation? It has nothing to do with football. It has everything to do with football. It has nothing to do with the football that we know now. So as many people as there are that like to talk, and I like to talk, I'm not going to lie, and I talk a lot, especially on here when I'm giving my podcast. I talk a lot, and there are a lot of people that like to talk a lot. And the people that like to talk a lot are people that are wanting some kind of attention, or they're really, really wanting to give you information so that it will help you. There's a lot of people that give you information that will help you, but to give you information is going to help you about the draft and about who the Steelers are going to draft and who's going to be an asset for the Steelers. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, because the Steelers have had draft picks in the past that amounted to, what do they say? A hill of beans, or amounted to a nice cup of coffee that cost you $7. It wasn't free, cost you $7. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to talk about who we should draft, because I just can't tell you who we should draft. Because when we draft them, they're going to have to show up on the professional level, and they're going to have to be able to participate right now. There's not that many draftees or draft picks that the Steelers or very many other teams get that come in and show out. Well, there was that guy named Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, yeah. There was that guy named Ben Roethlisberger that came in his rookie season and took over. And this is my game now. I'm in the house. We're going to go. I came here to win. Let's go. Right? There was Ben Roethlisberger. And he's still Ben Roethlisberger. As I've said before, on a good day, he can thread a needle with his eyes closed. Ben Roethlisberger. Fantastic pick. Hey, Sarah, how are you doing? Fantastic draft pick. But he's not the only fantastic draft pick that the Steelers have ever made. He's not the only one. I mean, there's probably a couple of you that remember a guy named Troy Polamalu or Jerome Bettis. I mean, Mike Wallace. There's all kinds of names that the Steelers drafted. Okay, there's all kinds of names that the Steelers drafted. And they may have been a star in college, but they were not a star in the NFL until they donned the black and gold. They were not a star in the NFL until they donned the black and gold. And once they put on that black and gold, I mean, it's like this. When I put this stuff on, it's not just putting on, it's every day, just about every day that I put this on. Black and gold. Almost every day I've got something black and gold on. Okay. But sometimes I don't even remember that I've got it on until somebody says, "Hey, I like your hat." Sometimes I don't remember, because it's a way of life, right? The black and gold, it's a way of life. Pittsburgh Steelers football, it's not just a season, it's a way of life. And we're here every day. We're here every day. So to say who we should draft, who we should pick, who's going to be good for us, we don't know until they get out there on the field. Robert Live Tonight is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Robert Live Tonight is a podcast that's on NGSC Sports. NGSC Sports has, I'm not NGSC Sports. You know me as NGSC Sports, but I'm not NGSC Sports. Okay? NGSC Sports is a network of podcasters that are hobbyists like I am, that are working to turn it into a real business, to sell advertising, to have more guests on, to go on location. That's NGSC Sports. They cover a wide range. They cover hockey, baseball, basketball, track, swimming, maybe auto racing, motorcycle. I mean, go to ngscsports.com and look at the menu of podcasters and look and see who's on there and who may be talking about something else that you like in the way of sports. Because Robert Conley's not NGSC Sports, and NGSC Sports is not Robert Conley. We are a piece of each other. So this is Robert Conley on NGSC Sports on Robert Live Tonight, talking to you a little bit about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the NFL Draft, which is going to be starting on Thursday. Now, on Wednesday night, now this is where it's going to get interesting. Okay, on Wednesday night, if you have any interest in the draft, I want you to come on here Wednesday night, because I'm going to try to include you into the podcast that the NGSC Sports podcasters are going to have on Wednesday, and we're all going to be there. And so I want you, if you're interested, to come there and listen to all of us talk about the draft, because it's going to be interesting. Because, I mean, it's like going into an ice cream store. Yes, I'm chocolate. Okay. We already got that. I know a lot of you like chocolate. Okay. But when you go into this ice cream store on Wednesday, there's going to be chocolate. There's going to be vanilla. There's going to be mulatto. There's going to be all kinds of flavors of podcasters giving their information to you, so that if you're interested in a draft, you can hear what we are going to be talking about. You can hear what's going to be happening. You can hear us, okay, on Wednesday night. Hey, Aaron and Pamela, how are you doing? So if you're interested in a draft, look for my little advertisement for Wednesday evening, maybe 7 o'clock. We may be on 8 o'clock. I'm not sure exactly what time it is, but look for it on Wednesday. And then you won't just see me. If everything works out right, you won't just see and hear me. You'll see and hear me and some other podcasters on NGSC Sports. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Steelers rule. We love the Steelers. We love the Steelers. Okay, this sign back here came from a number one Steelers fan. We all are number one Steelers fans. I know that's right. Okay, I know that's right. But this sign back here came from a number one Steelers fan, sent it to me. All right. So if I'm on the air, hopefully this light's going to be on so you can see it. Now, on Wednesday, like I said, NGSC Sports is going to have all of these podcasters on talking about the draft. And if I have enough time off from work this week, if I can get these jobs to the point where I'm going to have some free time, I may drive up to Cleveland and see what's going on outside of the draft. Now, what I learned the other day when I looked it up on the activities they're going to have, they've got activities inside of the stadium, and you have to have a ticket to get in. And I don't have a ticket right now. I just saw this either earlier today or yesterday when I was looking things up. And so I will go and see if I can get a ticket. I'm not sure that I can, but if I can, I will. And if I will, then I will go inside and come to you live on Thursday or Friday. More than likely Friday, possibly Saturday. Okay, so if I can, I will. A couple of years ago, the last one that they had in Nashville, I stopped in there and I showed you what was going on live there outside of where the draft was going on, because they have activities, football activities going on there. So I'm going to go over this just a little bit, not that much, but I'm going to go over it just a little bit, because we won't know what's going to happen with the Steelers and the draft until we draft these guys, possibly a woman. I don't know who's in the draft, possibly a woman, because the women are coming. I've been telling you, they're coming, and there was a kicker that was supposed to come last season, but didn't happen. But I don't know when they're coming, but they're coming to the greatest show on earth. And to the greatest team in the world, Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't care who else is on here watching, including you, Mr. Ralph. The Steelers are the greatest team in the world. Or John. So I'm going to go over this small list, okay, of Pittsburgh Steelers, I should say, college players that became Pittsburgh Steelers that became stars. Okay, a few of them became stars their first season, and some of them it's taken a couple of seasons, but they have become stars, and we've known that these guys, we thought that they were going to be extremely good. They showed up and they've done exactly what we wanted them to, except for get us to a Super Bowl. Anyway, here we go. I'm just going to start in 2015. In 2015, okay, the number one pick that the Steelers had in 2015, let me see if I can pull up a photo of the number one pick in 2015. Sorry, we're not there yet. It was this guy. It's a little bright. Let me see if I can get, here we go. No, it's not coming in that good. It's a little too bright. Mr. Bud Dupree, okay? There we go. That's better. That's better. Bud Dupree. 2015, okay? He was the number one draft pick that we had in 2015, and he showed up. It took him a while to get there. As I said, we don't know who's going to be an asset. We have no idea. But it took him a couple of seasons, and he got there, and now he's gone to Tennessee. He's gone. So we don't have him anymore. He's gone. That was 2015, Bud Dupree. 2016, Artie Burns. 2016. Okay. Now, there's a lot of people that's complained about Artie, but he shows up and he gets the job done most all the time. Is he the number one defensive back out there? No. But does he add to the Steelers defense when he's out there? Yes. And he's not the number one. Like I said, he was number one draft pick, but he didn't show up like we thought that he could be. Ben, yes, Ben was a number one draft pick, Pamela, and he showed up the first season. He showed up the first season. That was, I remember when we were playing in the playoffs. No, we weren't in the playoffs yet. I remember that season when Ben was a rookie and he was playing, and I was in Vegas, and I was missing most of the game because I was gambling. But as I was walking through the now, it's going to be Resort World. They're getting ready to open it up in June. They've torn down the Stardust, which is where I saw the game when Ben was playing, and in his rookie season, and he was just firing them up. I mean, he just had a fantastic rookie season. He didn't play the first or second game, I think, but then when he came in the third game, I think it was, he came in and he never turned around and looked back. He was a Pittsburgh Steeler, and he took us all the way to the Super Bowl. And then it was the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Thank you, Pamela. And then after that season, tragedy happened, and I was so scared because I thought the guy was going to die because he wrecked on his motorcycle. I thought the guy was going to die. But he stayed, and he came back. He got another Super Bowl, and we wanted him to win another one and another one. He's not there yet. He's probably not going to reach the goal that he wanted. His goal was to win 5 Super Bowls, but I don't think he's going to last that long. That means he'd have to win these next 3 seasons, and I don't think he's going to be with us after this season. So the next one was Artie Burns, and this guy showed up. And when he showed up, he didn't look back either. He showed up like Ben, and he's been going gangbusters. And he got ripped off this past season. He got ripped off for the #1 defensive player in the NFL. Mr. Watt. Mr. Watt. Yes, he is the man on defense. He is the man on defense. He and Bud Dupree were the best duo in the nation at pass rushing till Dupree got hurt. They were the best. And this guy shows up and he does a good job. And you're going to know who again, he's not the #1, but he does a fantastic job when he's on the field. Terrell Edmunds. And again, we didn't know how much of an asset he would be for us. We didn't know. We believed that he would be an asset, but to know, we don't know until they perform, because once they come in as a draft pick, okay, they're at the top of their game in college ball. You've got Bush's shirt on right now. Send me a photo, Pamela, and I will show the world you with that shirt on right now. Send me a photo on Messenger, and I'll transfer it over, and then I will put you on the screen with me side by side. Or not side by side, but I'll bring you on and show. If you can go ahead and send me one. So yeah, we don't know who's going to be. We want them all to be stars as soon as they hit that field. And they're at the top of their game in college ball. But when they come to play in the greatest show on earth, they've got to go this high to get out there on the field. And I met this guy at the baccarat table last week. He's sitting there playing. And when I saw him come in, I said, wow, this guy looks like he could be. Oh, TJ Watts. Okay, send me a photo if you can. TJ Watts. Or you know what? I can send you an invitation and you can just come on if you want to come on here live. Would you like to come on here live and talk? If you'd like to, I can send you an invitation. So I met this guy at the table last week playing baccarat here in Columbus. When he walked in, he looked like a football player. And I asked him, I said, hey, you play for Ohio State? He said, I did. And I can't remember who he was behind, but he told me who he's behind, and he did not give me a card. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? And he did not give me a card. So we sat there and talked for just a little bit. Thank you, Michelle. We talked for a little bit, and I asked him what else he did. And he said that he is training. He's got a business where he trains high school students to become good college players to get up to the professional level. That's the business that he has. He has it over on in a suburban area over on the west side of Columbus. And so I'm supposed to go and interview him at some point. I'm supposed to go and interview him for some point. I wrote his name down somewhere, but I've got to find it so that I can go and interview him. Anyway, he said that he trains these kids to become college players because their parents are trying to get them into college so that they can become stars. And with them becoming stars, they want to make it to the professional ranks. Well, he said also that it's a very slim chance for them to get there, but their parents are spending the money anyway for them to get there. And there's a very slim chance of them to get there. So that's his job, and he's going to continue to do it and continue to make his money and see if he can help somebody become a star. So that's the job that he's doing right now, and we'll see what happens. See if he's able to get there, and see if we recognize anybody that he's trained after he's trained them. Pamela, I don't have you on my friends list, so I can't send you the link. Sorry, so I can't send you the link. You have to click on yes, I'm your friend, and then and I can send that to you. So anyway, after Terrell Edmunds, that was drafted in 2018, was Devin Bush. And after Devin Bush, in 2019, Devin Bush was drafted. In 2020, our number one pick came in setting records. Okay? And he was doing a fantastic job. He did a great job all season long. Chase Claypool. He did a great job all season long. And so who will be our number one draft pick this season? I don't know. You don't know. And we don't know if he or she is going to be a star. Chances are it's going to be a he. But we don't know if he's going to be a star or if he's going to be able to set foot on the playing surface this season. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll see what happens come this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, see who the Steelers draft, and then wait for the preseason games, and see what happens and see who becomes a star during the preseason, and if it transitions into the regular season and they become a star there. Okay, we'll see what happens. Again, if you're interested in the draft and you want to hear some talk going on before the draft starts on Thursday, come on Wednesday evening, watch for my little advertisement, come Wednesday evening and listen to the NGSC Sports podcasters talk about the draft on Wednesday evening. It's not just going to be me, probably going to be possibly 8 or 10 different NGSC Sports podcasters talking, and you can hear everybody going and talking about it. And I'll be talking about the Steelers. So this is Robert Conley. Robert Conley Live is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Now, NGSC Sports, like I said, has a number of different podcasters. They all talk about different things. So you can come and you can listen to them talk about the draft come this Wednesday. And there are some of them that have a lot of knowledge on a lot of different players because they get all into that college ball. So you can listen to them if you want to hear them. And I'm sure there's going to be some recommendations that they think the Steelers should have in their pick, in their choices that they're going to pick for the draft. But we'll see what happens in the draft because we don't know until we know. Now, as I am talking to you, and I'm talking to you about the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to end it here about the Steelers because I know it doesn't seem like it that there's more to life than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know it. I mean, like I said, I'm wearing the black and gold nearly every day, nearly every day. So it's a way of life. But there are other things that we have to pay attention to. It's not that we want to, but we have to. And one of the things that we need to pay attention to, I'm going to ask you this question. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the new normal? Are you ready for the new normal? What is the new normal? Nothing else matters. I'm going to love you, Pamela. Nothing else matters, but we've got to pay attention to something else. And if we pay attention to something else, we could get to the point where we would be able to afford season tickets. And if things work out well with me, and I keep telling you, I tell you, if things work out well with me playing Baccarat and now investing in cryptocurrency as well, if they go well enough as I'm turning this into a bona fide business and I'm giving gifts, prizes away. Matter of fact, I've got some, but they're down in my car. I've got something, but it's down in my car. I'll wait till next week. No, I will wait until Thursday. No, Wednesday. If you come and watch Wednesday on the podcast with NGSC Sports, I'm going to have a prize to give away. I'm going to have a prize to give away on Wednesday. Okay, so come back, listen to me talk about Steelers. During the Steelers segment, I'm going to show how my viewers enjoy watching me talk to them and how they get involved, like Pamela, like Michelle. Okay, how they get involved, why they get involved, and why they like it. Because it's interactive. It's interactive. You can't do this with NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox. You know, you can't do that. You can't do it with in National Public Radio unless you're on the radio. You can call in and you can talk, but they're not going to bring you on the screen like I can if you want to come on the screen. It's interactive here. There are some rules that's going to be changed, and they've got a temporary one as well, Pamela, that they're going to be trying with and experimenting with this year. So are you ready for the new normal in life? Because things are changing. Things are changing. Are you ready for the new normal? There are jobs galore out there right now, and there's a lot of people not wanting to go to work. There's a lot of people not wanting to go to work. There's jobs everywhere, but there's a lot of people not wanting to go to work. There are opportunities springing up as the new norm starts to advance further and further, because we're not going back there. We're not going back to what it was like prior to the COVID. We can't go back there. We've got to go forward. And in going forward, there's a new normal that's being created. You've got to understand, back in the 80s, Eddie Murphy was like one of the top comedians, right? And in the movies, right? And he was a one hit and gone. One and done. He was like, my girl likes to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, right? So that's where he was then, and that's where it was then. And when we were there, some of us put on our dancing shoes and we danced to his tune. Well, now we're a little bit older, and now we think about putting on the dancing shoes, but the reality of the situation is my girl needs to potty all the time, potty all the time, potty all the time. You know, that's the reality. That's the reality. It's changed from here to here. And we need to understand and we need to take care of the things that we need to take care of so that our lives can be easier, hopefully more profitable. You want to work at the Steelers front office. You want to be my co-host, and then maybe they can see you, and then maybe they can say, hey, Pamela, come over here and work. Click on the friendship button for you and I, and then let's chat. So that's what the reality of life is right now. We're moving from here over to where we're at right now, and the experiences that we have and that we're going to have, we need to understand exactly what's going to be good for us, what's going to work for us, and how it's going to make things better for us. Because like I said, we're not going back to where we were. We don't know how much things are going to resume. We don't know how much, but we do know that a lot of people are loving it working from home and getting paid working from home. A lot of people are loving that they're getting unemployment and they don't have to go to work. What are they going to do when it runs out? Well, all of these jobs are still going to be available, and they're going to have to go get one if they're not if they're not working right now when the unemployment runs out. They may have to retrain and to get into a different position, a different job, but there's going to be more jobs available, I expect. Even though the robots are here and more are coming, and artificial intelligence and more is coming. And I mean, even with that, there's still going to be jobs that people can work, and hopefully they're going to come and work. Okay, hopefully they're going to come and work. So the new normal is a whole different landscape. And if you participate in helping to build this landscape or help to rebuild this landscape, things can be so much better. Okay, so I've been talking to you for the last month now about the cryptocurrency. What's cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is the electronic money. Let me show you what some cryptocurrency looks like. Okay, here is part of a piece of Bitcoin. That's a part of a piece of Bitcoin. Numbers and letters, caps and small ones. Okay, that's what it looks like. All right, it's letters and numbers. It's a code, and that code is valuable. Right now, Bitcoin is like $51,000. It's been dropping the last week, but it's going to go back up. And there's a lot of people expecting that it's going to go up to $1 million per coin. That's money. It's traded. It's used. It's used to purchase things with. Okay? That's what it is. And it's changing. Our system is changing. You use credit cards. You use debit cards. That's electronic money. That's what cryptocurrency is. That's what cryptocurrency is. Less than 7% of the money that's exchanged in the hands of the people in the United States, less than 7% is cash. The rest of it's electronic and checks. Less than 7% is cash. And we're moving to a time where a whole lot less is going to be cash. It's going to be cryptocurrency. And right now, because it's new, relatively new, it's a good time for you to get involved, even with $10, like I've been telling you, even with just $10. And I have somebody that's bought some at just $10. Because what is that? A cup of that coffee from that coffee shop that's so popular. Just $10. And if you put it in there, you buy it and you leave it, and it goes up to $20, you doubled your money. Okay, I'm sorry, that's not true. If it's at right now, it was at 24 cents, I think, the last time I looked at it. And if it goes to 48 cents, you doubled your money. You can double your money if it's less than a dollar. So if you buy $10 and you buy it at 24 cents and you buy a bunch at 24 cents, you would have 40 pieces. You'd have 40 coins, 41, almost 42 coins if you bought them at 24 cents each. And then if they go to 48 cents, every one of those 24 cents turns into 48. Okay? It doubles. It's money. And if it goes to $10, you just made $9.76 on every one that you bought for 24 cents. And if it goes to $100, you just made $99.76 on every 24-cent coin that you bought. And what if it goes to zero and you bought it for $10? It's not going to kill you. $10. I'm not making any money off of giving you this information. I'm giving you this information so that maybe it will get to the point and you can buy Pittsburgh Steelers season tickets. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Cryptocurrency. Dogecoin right now is like at 24 cents. It's like 24 cents. When I first started talking to you, I didn't buy it when I first started talking to you. I've got so many different things going on. I didn't buy it. I waited, and I waited a little bit longer than what I should have. But when I bought it at 13 cents. It's at 24 cents. It's been up to 42 cents. Okay. I had my money tripled when it was up there. I didn't sell it because I'm looking for the big haul. I'm leaving it in there. I'm looking for the big haul. I want it to go to $5,000. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. And if you buy at 10 cents, at 24 cents, and it goes to $5,000, you literally made $5,000 times 42. Calculate that. $5,000 times 42. That's 21,000. I'm sorry, wrong. That's $210,000 off of a $10 investment. It might take it 5 years to get up there. It's $10. Leave it there. Leave it there and wait till it grows. Bitcoin started at less than a penny. Almost every one of these started less than a penny. Bitcoin started at less than a penny in 2008. It took it 13 years, but it's at $51,000 for every penny that was invested by somebody in 2008. It's now worth $51,000. It doesn't take that much to get involved. And I'm not making any money off of this. I'm giving you information. Hopefully, you'll take a hold of it. Don't be intimidated because it's something you don't know about. Ask me questions. I'm telling you the basics of it. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know how it's created. You don't need to know where it came from. All you need to know is it's an investment vehicle that you can generate a lot of money off of. Okay, it's an investment vehicle and you can generate a lot of, if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm banking on it growing because I've seen it going up and down. And this Dogecoin, Elon Musk has a big connection to it. Elon Musk, he's a winner, right? I know he lost at some point. Everybody does. Just about everybody does. Everybody loses at some I'm back. Okay. Hopefully you're still there. I see a few people still here, and hopefully you're still here. So if you are, cryptocurrency is a currency, the new currency that is going to become a mainstream currency. Okay. It's going to become a mainstream currency. And as it becomes a mainstream currency, it is a business opportunity, an investment opportunity for you to increase your wealth. And people say, well, I don't have that much money. Like I'm telling you right now, it doesn't cost that much for you to get involved. Okay. Go and download crypto.com, CRYPTO.com. Go there, get signed up. It take a little while for you to register and get an account, and then you can take a look at all of the different cryptocurrencies that exchange carries that you can buy on there. And you can go and buy the Dogecoin, or you can buy Bitcoin, or you can buy Litecoin or Ethereum, or any of these other ones. You can go and buy them, and if you buy the right ones that are going to stay and increase in value, you can make a lot of money. Like I said, the Bitcoin was less than a penny in 2008, and now it's $51,000. Okay? And that's all I'm telling you, is it's a business opportunity for you, an investment opportunity that doesn't cost you very much. There's a lot of different opportunities that we've had that we didn't take a hold of, and we missed the opportunity. But these opportunities with cryptocurrency right now are very, very low. They don't cost you very much. They don't cost you very much at all. You can buy $10 worth of cryptocurrency. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight on NGSC Sports. And Wednesday night, we're going to be live talking to you about the draft. And there are going to be other podcasters like me talking about the draft. So it's a chance for you to see 8 or 10 podcasters on at one time to listen to them talk about the draft. And you may be able to get some questions answered by, I can't answer very many because I don't know college players, but you may be able to see and listen to these other podcasters and see what's going on, and talk and get some questions answered and see what their thoughts are on what you want to talk about. Okay. So, I mean, it's up to you, but it's a different experience. You can see somebody other than moi talking to you and talking about the NFL draft. Okay. So I want to let you know that Robert Live Tonight is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight on NGSC Sports. If you have a question, if you want to talk about something, go ahead and post it now. And if I can, I will respond to it. Hopefully I'll respond to it and I can help you with what it is that you want to talk about. I've got a few minutes left here. Let's see if you've got something you want to talk about. Pamela, hope you sent me an invitation to be a friend and we can talk, okay? Again, this is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight. So the draft is coming up. It's going to be starting on Thursday, and there have some activities there. It's being held in Cleveland this year, and it's not a draft that's open to everybody. You had to have a ticket in order to get into the activities, and you really had to have a ticket, a big ticket, to get into where the draft is going to be held. I know that the hotels are probably outrageous up there now since they know that the draft is going to be, and you may not find a hotel room if you're planning on going. And you may have to stay 20, 30 miles away from where the draft activity is going to be happening. So if you have something to talk about, we'll talk about it. Go ahead and post it here. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting off here, and then I will be back on Wednesday. And I'm actually going to be back on Thursday as well. And when I come back on Thursday, I'm going to have some guests on. They probably are not Steelers fans, but they are guests that are going to be in my golf outing. I'm holding a golf outing on May the 15th. And as a matter of fact, it's a golf outing for my high school alumni. And our colors and our uniforms looked just like the Pittsburgh Steelers, except for our helmet emblems. Everything else was exactly the same. Only we didn't have the Steelers helmet emblems. We had FH on the side for Franklin Heights. We were the Franklin Heights Falcons. Our colors were exactly like the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's one reason why I'm a Steelers fan. That's one reason why, because I liked the high school. I mean, I had to like the high school. That's where I was going to go. And I did wind up going there. And then watching football games and becoming a freshman football player and then playing varsity 3 years, that was an experience for me. Not only was I a Franklin Heights Falcon wearing the black and gold, I was in the backfield. I was a starting running back in the backfield, okay? Black man, a black guy in the backfield, right? And I was a running back. There was an Italian running back in the backfield with me, okay? And we worked together. And so we had a black Italian backfield. Who remembers number 32? Immaculate Reception guy. What was that guy's name? That guy, from what I understand, is a black Italian, Mr. Franco Harris, right? How could I not be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan when we had a black Italian backfield, and so did the Pittsburgh Steelers? And we both wore the same colors and the same uniforms. How could I not be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan? I'm here. I'm here. Okay. So I'm going to end this broadcast tonight. Right now, this is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight. And come back on Wednesday and listen to us talk about the draft, and then come back on Thursday. I'm sorry, on Wednesday, where you can win a prize, and then come back on Thursday. Okay, come back on Thursday to see part of the Landis team, Team Landis, that's going to be in the golf outing. There are 3 different generations that are going to be golfing on the team. Team Landis. 3 different generations. Interesting, right? Yeah. So you guys, I hope you have a good night, and I'm glad you came. If you have questions about the cryptocurrency, send me a message on Messenger and I will get to you, okay? So enjoy your evening. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight on NGSC Sports. I'm gone, y'all.